Hi everyone. It's day 10 on the diet, and what to say? I woke up this morning at 7:29, something like that, or 7:39, and my wife couldn't take the kids to school, so I ended up taking them to school just before 9, and I drank a liter of water this morning. And then I came back after dropping them off, and I drank probably like another half a liter, and I laid down for a nap, and then it's summer vacation for them, so I ended up picking them up at 11:15, and I had made a tea. It was like full, so I've been kind of sipping on it. It's from the fresh batch that I showed you guys yesterday, and yeah, for some reason, even though it was all the same herbs, it doesn't have that. It has a good taste, but that first batch I made was with the same herbs. It was a little sweeter, and I don't know, just the ratios, right? Like I didn't measure, I just threw it all into a jar and gave it a shake. So ratio-wise, that's probably the difference in taste. Yeah, and then I made a liter of watermelon juice, and was eating pieces of watermelon, which I should go get actually. So that's how much watermelon I have. It's a decent sized bowl full of watermelon. Plus, I was eating a few pieces already. But I spent some time making some lunch for the kids, and yeah, and now I was chilling out in the sun, but it's kind of a cloudy day, so the sun comes out and then goes away. So I'm going to eat this, drink my tea, drink that liter of watermelon. It's well, I don't have to look. I already know. It's 1:30 p.m. Let's talk about last night, shall we? I got to get a little close so I don't scare the neighbors. Okay, so listen. I didn't finish all the potatoes last night. I had probably half, maybe a little bit more, which is equivalent to, say, two of those potatoes. And so 2 large potatoes. And yeah, it wasn't as satisfying as I thought it was going to be. Like I had it built up on this like awesome like taste scale of like 10 out of 10, and the cravings were like obviously overpowered me, and so I want to make a point. Maybe your cravings would be like mine's the potato. That's like that was the actual craving I had was for the potato, the yellow potato. But yours could be the same thing, or maybe a piece of pie or cake or bowl of ice cream, or slice of greasy pizza or something like that, or whatever. Um, you know, it, if you can get over the craving, that's number one. If you can't, and you do what I did and break, um, and then you're eating it, and it's not as satisfying as you thought it was going to be, or it doesn't turn out to be that great tasting or that satisfying, um, that's a good thing. You know what I mean? Because I ended up not eating all of it, and I was kind of disappointed. And at the same time, I was like happy, you know, that now I don't really want that. You know what I mean? Now I'm not going to have a craving for that for a long time now, because it wasn't that satisfying, and I'm not. The cravings is long gone now. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I this is how you break cravings. You try the food. Let's just say it was awesome, right? That could be trouble, right? Because then you could be wanting it more now, or try something. Go for another craving, right? But eventually, you're probably going to hit a craving for a certain food. Eventually, you're going to hit one that's not going to be as satisfying or as great as you thought it was going to be, and that turnoff is going to be the power you need to break the cravings and not want to eat that food for a while, or maybe forever, right? And another thing is, let's look at it this way. Um, 24 hours in a day. If we get 8 hours of sleep a night, we're looking at 16 hours now. We're awake for 16 hours. All we have to do is get through 16 hours in one day. Don't think of a week, a month, the rest of our lives. Just think of the one day. And so if it's 16 hours we're looking at, I know personally I can eat fruit absolutely, hands down, no problem. I can eat fruit all day until nighttime. Okay, no issues whatsoever. I'm not craving anything through the day except for fruit. That's just me. Maybe you guys, you're craving like something bad right off the get-go. You wake up and the first thing you think of is like bacon. You know what I mean? Or like waffles smothered in maple syrup and butter and a whole bunch of other whipped cream or whatever. So, that's going to be, that one's going to be tricky. But my point is, pick something that you're in love with, right? And run with it for as long as you can throughout the day. And then you only have to worry for like that last see, I kind of get cravings around 6 o'clock, 5, 6, 7 o'clock. I'll start getting cravings for a heavier food. So if my bedtime is like 10 or 11 or 12, I only have to worry about 5 or 6 or 4 hours or something like that. So that's really the window I need to control, discipline, willpower, whatever you call it. I need to tap into that energy and say, I just need to get through 5 or so hours and break that. What can I do? And that's a less of a worry and a stress than thinking about how can I get through a whole year or a whole month or my whole life. Like, come on, like that just makes me want to like be depressed for the rest of my life. And who wants to sit around and be depressed? So you just got to break it down. Break it down into a day. You know, there's 8 hours you're sleeping, 16 you're awake. How many hours are you really struggling on a diet or on a life plan of any sort? And then take those amount of hours and, you know, figure out a solution. You know, everyone needs a helping hand, but ultimately at the end of the day, it is you. You're the one who has to make the choice. Last night, I don't know what the heck, but the combination of potato and broccoli made me fart like a thunderstorm was going off in my bum. Like, seriously. It was so bad that it was like every 10 minutes or something like that. I was like ripping them out. And if you want to win a farting contest, definitely I recommend eating potato and broccoli and avocado. Holy, that's like a recipe for, like, you know, that's definitely a winning recipe for like letting off some rippers. And I just, like, you know, this was my night, man. I was like, yeah, I'm going to bed decent time here. And no, I wasn't. I wasn't going to bed a decent time. If I would have like went to bed, I would have probably suffocated. I mean, don't get me wrong. It wasn't like the Grim Reaper coming out of my ass, but it was, you know, they didn't smell so bad. Like, it was like, what do I eat, right? You know what I'm saying? It was like a salad. It's like a 2-day-old salad sitting on the table or something. That was the stench. But that's not really what bothered me. It was like, I just couldn't stop farting, you know. And after, you know, it was at the beginning it was kind of funny and fun to let off a few rippers, but then after a while I was like gripping onto the bed sheets and like starting to cry. So like I got up, I binged some Netflix. I didn't want to, you know, hurt the family with the gas, so I ended up staying up late. Man, I don't even know what time it was. It was late, like 2 o'clock or something. And then I ended up waking up at like 7:30 today. You know what I mean? It was painful, but I did take a nap, and so I did get some sleep. You know, it was a decent amount of sleep, but maybe 6-7 hours, something like that. Maybe, I don't know. But all I'm saying is, it took me awake, and I was getting scared, but it passed, right? So thank God I didn't eat all those potatoes. I don't know. That could have been super broccoli. Broccoli of mass destruction or something. It was just a combination. Anyway, I'm going to finish this watermelon, enjoy the sun. I'll fill you in on the rest of the day here. Day 10. This was my goal. So we'll see how much weight I lost. I'll measure myself tomorrow morning. Or weigh myself, sorry. Beautiful day, absolutely beautiful. I love it. It's a bit windy, but it's not too hot, not too cold. So this is awesome watermelon. I'm so happy I found it. Like, I went forever looking for it. Went like to 4 different stores. Well, 3 different stores actually, but so worth it. It's now 4 o'clock. I'm gonna make a grape juice. I forgot to tell you when I woke up this morning. I also did. I did some lazy push-ups, some squats, 10 squats, 10 lazy push-ups, and I ran up and down the stairs a couple times, and I did some stretching. And what's really good, what I noticed, the benefit I've noticed since I started the diet, is I'm not as stiff waking up anymore. I don't feel stiff and like sore and joint pain and whatnot. I feel like I'm getting a little bit more flexible. I'm not really stiff and sore like I used to be, so that's good. And yeah, I just want to show you right now. I'm making some grapes. Oh yeah, and I did a bunch of yard work right now. That's why it's kind of getting late. Kind of get carried away out there. So yeah, this is a new thing. I'm just deciding to do now. I'll show you. So I just put some vinegar and baking soda in here, and I'm massaging the grapes with a glove on, kitchen glove here. So I'm gonna massage the baking soda and vinegar in the grapes first before I rinse them and wash them. I'm hoping this takes off more pesticides. And then I'm gonna make a grape juice and drink it. It's 4 o'clock. Okay guys, I picked out the best grapes out of that whole bowl. So I'm gonna eat those grapes, and it's approximately 1.5 cups to 1.25 cups, or one big handful kind of thing. So I'm gonna eat these grapes. They look good. I usually don't eat grapes because I don't like to eat the skin, but these are big and fat and plump and juicy, and yeah, they taste good. So I'm gonna eat them. And then I got almost practically a full liter of grape juice here. I'm gonna put that in the fridge. As I looked in the fridge, I forgot I had that much watermelon juice left over from earlier today. So I'm gonna drink that and eat these grapes, and hopefully the two don't hurt my tummy, because you shouldn't really mix the melon with any other fruit, but we'll see what happens. I forgot to mention it's 4:30 p.m. and now eating those grapes and drinking that watermelon juice, the rest of that watermelon juice. I wanted to show you a few exercises I just did, and did them in my kitchen, but I'm going to show you on the deck for ease of getting the whole footage in and whatnot. So this is what I did in the kitchen. So basically, I know these are little sissy weights. They're probably like 2.5, 3.5 pounds, something like that, or 2 or 3 pounds each. So if you don't work out, or you're older, or you just want to do really lightweight exercise, and it's better than not having any weight, right? And or if you're stiff and sore all the time, you want to take baby steps. So I'll show you a couple moves I was doing. Just hold it. Right. I was doing the lunge down to the knee. I'll show you on the side angle. So just do like 10 sets or something, or 10 reps, whatever. Don't want to do too much. Better than nothing. That's all I'm saying. Okay, day 10. Sitting on the stoop, drinking my grape juice. Oh, it's so delicious. I've been having good luck with my grapes lately. Normally, like I said, they usually clog my juicer, and these last few batches have been smooth. Like I'm like shocked. Yeah, I'm not gonna complain about that. So anyway, I just completely like went on a wild goose chase, and I wasted 2 hours right now. So it was like 5:30. I ate those grapes in the bowl, and I jumped out into my car, raced down to this little local farmer's, like this little store that this farmer owns in the valley. So they own this little market or whatever you want to call it, and they sell their farm produce. And they close at 6, so I ran down there, only to forget that it's down on the waterfront in Dartmouth, Halifax, and Rib Fest was going on, and I should have noticed. Because I was like, why is there more people down here than usual? Just on the streets, side streets, and stuff like that. And then the closer I got to the actual location, I mean, you couldn't, like, there was gates and stuff, and it was all fenced off, and there's tents and all this, the whole 9 yards about what goes on with Rib Fest, beer tents and stuff. But I couldn't see it because I was on the road and coming up to a set of lights at an intersection, and you take a left, but as soon as you go to take that left around a building, that's when I noticed, bam, oh shoot, it's Rib Fest. And so I didn't want to, the market was still open. I just didn't really have anywhere to park downtown, so I said, screw that. I didn't, I only had at that point, it only took me 10 minutes to get down there, but I didn't want to spend time parking and walking there, and I had my windows open because it's like not too hot, not too cold, breezy day, and it just kept getting this waffle of ribs and barbecue, and I'm telling you, man, it was just, I'll even though I've been vegan for 7.5 years, I still love that barbecue steak rib smell. I mean, it smells so good. You know what I mean? And here I am hungry. Oh, that sucked. I mean, it was awesome. I love that smell, but I was like, it sucked. I went down there to get strawberries. So local strawberries, organic, no spray. Almost wanted, I was just about to swear there. Anyway, so I came home. But on the way home, I bought 4 watermelon, the same variety I had today, just from a different store, and a bag of carrots and a zucchini. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to do something with the zucchini and the carrots and romaine lettuce, make it like a salad, I guess. And I want to get started on that because it's been now it's 7:30, I think. Yeah, it's like 7:30 almost, pretty much. And I still haven't drank my grape juice yet. So, and what did I eat today? I had 1 liter of tea. I had a bowl of grapes, and I had a bowl of watermelon, and I had a liter of watermelon juice. And this is another liter of juice. So yeah, I'm hungry. I was wanting to make a smoothie, but it's 7:30. And like what I'm trying to do here is go to bed early. That's the whole goal for me anyway, is trying to go to bed early. Oh, that being said though, it makes me remember another benefit, and I've mentioned this before. I'm not taking my steroid puffer for my asthma, and it's been, I think, 4 days now, or 4 nights in a row. I haven't taken my steroid puffer because I take it once a night, and I think last night was the 4th night in a row I never took it, which, that happens once in a while. Like, I'll do different cleanses and whatnot and eat similar to what I'm doing now, and I kind of get that same, skip a few nights in a row because my lungs feel better. Which, the more that happens, the more I realize that it is to do with the food. I don't know if it's the chemicals in the pesticides that, I'm cutting out. Hence, I don't need the puffer, and that's the irritant or the allergen or whatever you want to call it, the cause of my lack of oxygen or whatever. The other thing is, it could just be a certain food. Because here's another thing. Last night, I didn't almost take it. I thought about it. Like my lungs and congestion, my asthma, let's just say, wasn't as, it was stronger. Like it was the symptoms were more prevalent. So I was thinking of taking my puffer actually last night. And I didn't though. I got away without it. I just drank like an extra liter of water, which I don't know if I told you that. I drank about 2.5 liters of water yesterday. Or throughout the night anyway. I think I just got bit by something. Anyway, what I'm saying is, it was either the potato or maybe the avocado or maybe the olive oil. Oh wait, yeah, olive oil, because that was in the potatoes. Or it was just cooked food, maybe cooking the food in general. I don't know. If I had to pinpoint it, it was probably the potato that caused more of the asthma attackish type symptoms. So tonight, I'm not going to eat the potato that's left over or make any more potato for a while. But, yeah, so interesting. My lungs are getting better. So if I continue down this road of trying to eat this way, I might just, heal my lungs, which is a good thing. This is the goal. This is what I'd love to do. And, I was, before this diet, I was always, say on the regular, I was more or less 50-50, maybe 60, maybe like 2/3, 1/3, like raw. Like, so I was, eating like all fruit mostly for breakfast, lunch, maybe fruit and vegetables, or like raw food for more or less. And then come evening, I would have like a cooked meal. Some days I would have a cooked lunch meal or a cooked. I never ever just ate cooked food all day, is what I'm saying. So I was like either 50-50 or 65 or whatever, 66%, 33% cooked. And
66% raw, whatever, however you want to do the math on that, you know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is that wasn't enough to be healthy, in my opinion, for me. I'm not saying you, but for me, I still had to take my puffer, you know, and the food itself, the cooked food I was eating wasn't like, you know, always steamed vegetables and stuff. Cause so I'd work 4 days a week, and out of those 4 days, that was more my problem days. The days I would like to eat more processed food or junk food, let's just say. Like food I had no control over, like food I would buy from a restaurant. And so I don't know what like ingredients, how quality the ingredients were, you know what I mean? So that was affecting my health. And now if I could continue to cook my own meals, even if I just only change that aspect of my diet where I cook only my own meals, and I do use quality ingredients like Himalayan salt if I use salt, you know, high quality oils if I do use oils, no processed food except for food that I process myself. You know what I mean, right? I think I could be happy with that, but at the end of the day, I just want to somehow heal my asthma and keep a good body weight. Maybe gain a little extra muscle. Sleep on the regular, like go to bed at, you know, no later than 12, let's just say. Wake up a little earlier. And I'm talking on my days off, even on my days off. And, you know, try to aim for that 8 hours or so of sleep. Because today I didn't get it, and I can see it around my eyes. I can see, like, I didn't, you know, I can tell, and I'm tired. But, you know, I'm not beating myself up over it. If I beat myself up over it, it's going to make it worse. Anyway, sorry for the crazy long vlog here. I'll show you what I'm eating here soon. I'm going to make a salad here. This is the sprouts that I'm using. An onion, a zucchini, some of that broccoli, a carrot, and some lettuce. I also have some mushrooms frying. I may or may not add that to the salad or just eat it sort of on the side. And I know for a fact I'm not going to eat all these mushrooms. Okay, so I just added the Bragg's liquid seasoning and crushed black pepper and some maple syrup, about a couple teaspoons of maple syrup and about a half a teaspoon of crushed black pepper here. So I didn't use that much broccoli and that much zucchini or onion. So I just put... Okay guys, I just been playing a whole lot of video games with both my kids here pretty much since I finished my grape juice. So I haven't had a whole lot of time to make this salad. I get, you know, this is what happens, right? When you have a family. So anyway, got to make this salad under time crunch here. So I added just about a handful of broccoli, half a zucchini, a slither of onion, about like two teaspoons. I used like a small handful of the sprouts that I left over, and one whole sort of
large carrot. That's what's in this bowl. And now, instead of blending up a dressing, I'm going to make it from scratch just inside the bowl here. So we have at least, a half a teaspoon, if not probably a teaspoon of crushed black pepper, probably half a teaspoon actually. We're going to do a dash of thyme. I just keep it in this container, but this is thyme. So just a dash, doing with the left hand here, even though I'm right-handed. So nothing crazy, just like a quarter teaspoon or a couple pinches. Now the black pepper is going to make it hot, but I'm going to just add a tiny pinch, maybe 2 little tiny pinches of chili peppers. Now, this is oregano. Tied up here, I'm sorry. Bad camera shots. So this is oregano. I'm just going to do a pinch of oregano because it is also strong. So just a pinch. Okay, maybe 2 pinches. It's probably like a quarter teaspoon. And I'm going to do about a quarter teaspoon of celery seed. Quarter teaspoon of celery seed. 2 pinches. And then I'm going to do a few squirts of the balsamic vinegar here. A little more. And then just about a teaspoon or a teaspoon and a half, maybe a teaspoon. That's the apple cider vinegar. And I'm going to do a tablespoon of honey. Now you can adjust any of these measurements, by the way. I'm going to do just a sprinkle of hemp seeds. That's probably 2 teaspoons. And then I'm going to do a sprinkle of the sunflower seeds, spurted sunflower seeds. So that's probably like maybe 2 teaspoons, not even. Now, I didn't add any salt to this yet, so we'll see what it tastes like without the salt first. And I'm gonna add in a little romaine lettuce. So this is 1 whole head, but I'm not gonna add the whole head because or the romaine heart, but it's one whole one, but I'm not gonna add the whole one because if I don't eat all this salad, then I don't want it to go to waste. So just a few pieces here. Maybe half a head, half a heart. whatever you want to call it. I'm actually going to mix it up, I think, with the spoon, the wooden spoon. It's probably going to need some salt. The reason why I didn't add the salt because I was contemplating on adding the Bragg's liquid seasoning, which is very salty. So let me just see here. That's very good. That's very good. It does need a pinch of salt here. So that's probably a teaspoon of salt, maybe, not even half a teaspoon. That's Himalayan salt. All right, I'll keep mixing this as I'm eating it. I'll take another taste here, actually. I'm gonna just taste it with the taste it with one of these mushrooms that I marinated. Oh yeah, that's why I didn't want to add the salt in case I did add the mushrooms. Because the mushrooms were cooked. Well, I didn't cook the seasoning. I added the seasoning after the mushrooms were cooked. Same with the coconut oil. So the mushrooms was maple syrup, coconut oil, Bragg's liquid seasoning, and crushed black pepper. And it was, I put all that stuff in at the very end when the mushrooms were cooked. So I have it on my camera on a tripod. I'm gonna flip it around here for you. Okay, so what I'm saying is I didn't want to add that salt because if I added the mushrooms, then the mushrooms are loaded with the salt already, so it would have been overpowering in salt. So kind of my mistake there, because the mushrooms go very well with this salad. So I kind of wish I didn't add that salt, because it's not like it's so over salty that I can't eat it that way. I don't know if you can see that. Big spoonful here. Mmm. Yummy. Very good. So that's it. That's not as big as my last two salads I made, but or whatever, however many I made. But so it's just like, maybe a large soup bowl salad
And then I have a sort of half full soup bowl of mushrooms. So I'm not going to eat all those mushrooms, but that's my dinner. That's what I'm doing. I'll let you know how it goes tomorrow morning. And I'll weigh myself. And here's what time it is. 10:21. Good night.